Welcome back in. Welcome back in. It's your boy Mike coming at y'all, man. Week 7 as we prepare to take on the Tennessee Titans, coming off of a dominant showing against the Baltimore Ravens, in which we put up 59 points, holding that high-powered offense down. Lamar Jackson just in all sorts of disarray all throughout that game. They were really never able to get anything going against the defense that picked Lamar Jackson off 5 times. It was quite the ball game, but we definitely cannot rest on our laurels as we have a Tennessee Titans team who at 2-4 certainly going to be hungry for that third win, and also boasting something that we really struggled against, which is a bell cow power running back. But before we get into all of that, man, Rondale Moore saw what Rashad Bateman did last week. He wants to step in and put on a show himself. So we're going to go ahead and see if he can do that. Need 150 yards to go ahead and make that happen. Touchdowns will add to that bonus. Owen Popo getting an upgrade here. And as we take a look, unfortunately, we are, after going through practice, going to be without the aforementioned Rashad Bateman as he suffered a back strain in practice. He's been pretty much an Iron Man for us since coming over, injured against the Packers, of course, in the playoff game, divisional round year 1. Hasn't really missed too much time since then. I believe just one game last year, but he'll miss this one today. So we'll be leaning even more heavily on Rondale Moore than, likely initially anticipated. But, we do have some other guys behind him that we think can step up. But Derrick Henry, someone we won't have to deal with from our offense. He's 31 years old now, in his 10th year, down to 90 overall, but still every bit as, big and imposing as he has been throughout his career. 91 speed, the acceleration's way down at 86, but you see he still has a massive stiff arm, still has that ability to power through defenders, and does still have a bit of elusiveness as well to kind of, be more of a finesse type of back. Shouldn't be super threatening out of the backfield, but he won't need to be with rookie receiver Nolan Broyles wearing number 28. Very interesting choice there at 23 years old out of USC. He's already a superstar development player. 93 speed, 95 acceleration. The deep route running isn't amazing, nor is the jumping. But, with that speed and, a decent enough route tree, he could cause all sorts of problems as you see that 95 change of direction as well. Certainly going to be somebody we're going to have to keep an eye on as he is their number one target. And also tight end Kyle Howell, the rookie, 21 years old, filling in a spot which Tennessee hasn't really successfully filled since maybe the days of Delaney Walker in his prime. And he brings a lot of speed, 88 speed, 91 acceleration, and 85 catching, already some of the better hands at the tight end position. Now, he's not going to be a huge piece in that blocking game, but that's not why they drafted him. They drafted him to be a go-to legitimate target, and I think he'll be able to prove to be that for Trey Lance now with his third team in 5 years. He's just a 73 overall still, of course, has yet to reach that ceiling that many expected he could coming into the NFL. 92 throw power. His accuracies are in a decent spot. They're not amazing, of course, by any means, but that awareness at 54 can certainly be a big reason why he's not able to find success. 87 speed, 91 acceleration, and even the rare trucking ability from a quarterback are going to make him pretty dangerous to try to defend today. Defensively, Jeffrey Simmons, man, 93 overall, one of the best interior rushers in the league, but something that Tennessee has not yet, considered, as here in this franchise, they have been using him pretty much primarily as an edge defender. And at 305 pounds, that's just not where he's really suited to play. 96 power moves, one of the strongest guys in the league there at 98 strength. We'll see how they decide to go ahead and attack us with him today, as well as safety Kevin Byard, 32 years of age in his 10th season, of course, in real life. They traded him to the Philadelphia Eagles, and he hasn't really made much of a difference on that defense, if we're being quite honest. 88 speed, 89 zone coverage, 88 pursuit. Also can hit, 84 tackling, 79 hit power, and being the veteran in that secondary, 88 awareness. We'll definitely have to make sure we keep track of him after every snap, as we know what kind of ball hawk he can be. And speaking of not using players correctly defensively, Teair Tart, who is their primary interior player at 28 years old, out with a dislocated ankle, going to be out for a couple of weeks. And you see the strength there, 89. He was also going to be somebody who they were going to count on the interior to kind of help move that pile at 78 block shed, 79 power moves, has pretty good play recognition there at 87. But they're going to have to figure out some different kind of ways to get guys involved, because they will be without their number one option. And hoping that subtraction of Tart doesn't kind of make it addition by subtraction, as we see Andrew Stinson here, 2 interceptions last week against Lamar Jackson. As mentioned, Simmons has not really been used as an interior rusher for Tennessee up to this point in the season. And missing Teair Tart could force them to pivot, to a degree and move around those linemen, especially still having Harold Landry as one of those primary edge rushers, who should be one of those primary edge rushers. Interesting to see the way that they're going to go ahead and deploy that defense today. You see Glenn Roberts out there leading his guys, ready to take charge. Mike Vrabel still on the sidelines for Tennessee. We've seen quite a few coaches retire and quite a few get fired so far in these opening 2 years. But Vrabel's still out there and kicking. Head coach Mike White over there as well. And Arizona, man, going to go ahead and kick things off to get started. Tennessee back deep to return, but not before we meet the rest of this roster. And just like that, I was as surprised as you all were. Will Levis actually going to be given the start, his first of the year. Derrick Henry, Tyjae Spears at running back, Gabe Neighbors, the fullback, Nolan Broyles, the rookie, there with Traylon Burks, another former first-round pick, as well as Brandon Cooks, playing for his second team now there in the AFC South. Kyle Phillips down there offering a bit of depth. Kyle Howell and Will Dissly, the top 2 tight ends there, with Adam Troutman as a third guy. Garrett Bowles coming over from Denver at left tackle. Peter Skoronski now in year 3, left guard. Liam Eichenberg, the center, definitely going to be somewhere we can look to attack. Sam Cosmi coming over from the Commanders to fill in that right guard spot. And then the former Cardinal, of course, Josh Jones at right tackle. Emmanuel Ogbah and Jeffrey Simmons going to be those 2 ends at defensive tackle. You got Christopher Hinton and Rennell Wren, very, very much missing Teair Tart right there. Shelton Walker in his second season. Walker more of a coverage guy, not going to be a pass rusher. Azeez Al-Shire and Rashaan Evans back in a Tennessee uniform now, and Harold Landry there, as well as second-year man James Hull. At corner, Sean Murphy Bunting there leading this cornerback room, 81 overall. Desmond King and Roger McCreary going to be those next 2 options, with Isaiah Oliver likely rotating in every now and again. At free safety, of course, Kevin Byard, as we mentioned. Amani Hooker going to be the strong safety there. Terrell Edmonds down there as well. Cairo Santos, the kicker, and Anthony Welch, the rookie punter, as here we are ready to get things underway. Tommy Townsend kicking us off, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone. And it's going to be Tennessee going ahead to take the field. Will Levis. Suppose they want a little bit of a spark after 6 weeks at just 2-4, and they're going to turn to Levis, who has the same, overall rating as Trey Lance. Interesting to see them move away from him in this type of game against a team that's been rolling at 5-1. And Will Levis going to start out through the air. He's back to pass, but he's immediately going to be intercepted by Amani Harris. And Amani Harris, he has Garrett Bowles giving chase, but he won't catch him. And Amani Harris has the first touchdown of the ball game. Will Levis's first pass of the season, going back the other way. And to add insult to insult, Harris taking it 4-6. Undercut that one, looking for the rookie Nolan Broyles. Instead, just when Tennessee thought they were getting their first drive together, Arizona ends it with a touchdown. and they're up 7-0 very, very early in this one. So now Tennessee back out onto the field. Here's Will Levis handing it off to Derrick Henry, this time around going right side. Breaks off one tackle. B.J. Ojulari there, the first man to bring him down. We see last week Derrick Henry, 25 carries for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns, leading to a 2nd and 4 now. As here's Henry getting the give again. Zaven Collins not able to bring him down. Lewis Seen broken off as well. Derrick Henry finally brought down by B.J. Ojulari. Now at the 41-yard line. Here we go. The fake this time to Derrick Henry, who picks up a very nice block. And Will Levis is going to shoot deep for Treylon Burks, who has a gain of 34 down to the 25-yard line. Levis's second pass of the day, finally a completion to his own team. So now 1st and 10 at the 25. You see a man coming around in motion. It's going to be a fake, and Cameron Thomas is all over it, dropping Will Levis there for a loss of 8. Opening sack of the game for Arizona. Now on a 2nd and 18. Really working in 2nd and long territory here. Here's Will Levis. He's going to decide to scramble out to the left side, and nothing but open space there. Andrew Stinson thankfully able to track him down, but not before he gets a gain of 25 yards. Underrated part of Levis's game, man, his ability to really be mobile and, use those legs to pick up positive yardage. As here on 1st and goal, here's Levis looking for a man. Cooks unable to find him. Pass knocked away by Andrew Stinson there, leading to a 2nd and goal now from the 7. And they're going to go back to Derrick Henry. Jalen Thompson fortunately able there with Cam Wilhelm to bring him down. Now 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Looks like they're going to bring a man in motion. Derrick Henry looks like he has some space, but he is going to be brought down by Zaven Collins, and Mike Vrabel going to keep his guys out there on a 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Will Levis calling some things out. How is Arizona going to defend it? Derrick Henry gets it. Zaven Collins all over it. Cam Wilhelm able to hold him up just long enough for Zaven Collins to get in there and deliver the boom. And a very promising second drive for Tennessee ends in nothing as Arizona's defense makes a big stop, giving their offense the ball for the very first time. As here's Glenn Roberts leading his guys out there onto the field. On the season, he's up to 1,374 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Of course, most of those coming in just an abysmal performance back in week number 4, right before that Baltimore game against Philadelphia. And they're going to get things started at their own 1-yard line, starting off with a handoff to Ty Davis-Price, who doesn't have much space to speak of. No gain there. It'll be a 2nd and 10 now. Going to go to that empty look. You see, looks like Trey McBride may have a favorable matchup. Roberts instead tries to go himself, not able to find much space. Jonathan Meekins there to bring him down. Now on 3rd and 11, going to continue in that one. And Roberts tried to fit one in there to Trey McBride. Instead, he's going to be picked off by Amani Hooker. 6th interception of the year for Glenn Roberts. Both of these young quarterbacks throwing interceptions on their first passes of the game. Thought he had McBride there for a gain of a couple. Instead, Armani Hooker there to give the ball back to his offense in very favorable territory with a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Will Levis dropping back to pass, has a man left side wide open. It's the rookie Nolan Broyles. Had Imani Harris beat on that route. Nowhere, nothing but space in front of him. Will Levis saw it all the way, able to fire to his electric rookie for his first touchdown pass of the year. And Nolan Broyles has the Titans has the Titans now on the board. And it's going to be a 7-7 ball game. Arizona now back on the field looking to make something happen with their second possession of the game. First true possession, though. Last one starting at the 1 was a little bit as here's Rondale Moore here for a gain of 11 up to the 35-yard line. His first catch of the game. First and 10 now. Antonio Gibson gets the give going up the middle. He's able to find his way for 13 yards close to midfield. They're going to keep things on the hurry up this time around. As here we go. Gibson going to get the fake here. Glenn Roberts not going to fool anyone there. Only a gain of 1 down to the 49-yard line. Now 2nd and 9. Going back to that empty look that they've already run twice today. And he's going to go short for Trey McBride across the middle. Just a gain of 4 now. 3rd and 5 at the 47. As here we go. Glenn Roberts going to drop back to pass. Roberts going to set up the screen for Antonio Gibson. And Gibson, they are going to give him a very generous spot there down to the 41-yard line and call that a first down at the 41-yard line now. The play fake from Glenn Roberts. Roberts rolling out. Roberts has nothing but space in front of him. You see Jeffrey Simmons up there trying to give pursuit, and Roberts breaking off of a tackle, able to run his way for 35 yards down to the 5-yard line. Gotta be Roberts' best run of the season so far. And this wasn't a designed run. He saw that he had pretty good blocking up front, saw that there wasn't much going on as far as these Tennessee defenders on the right-hand side of the field, and he used those legs that made him so intriguing coming out of the draft. A 35-yard run there from the former first-round quarterback. Now 1st and goal from the 5. Roberts going to toss one out there to Ty Davis Price, who again has nowhere to go. 2 carries, 0 yards for Davis Price so far in this game. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. They're going to bring Xander Horvath actually in motion to the right side. As here we go, Roberts, they're in the I formation, going to go ahead and hand it off for Davis Price again. And again, just not much room to speak of. Does finally manage to get into the positive yard category, though, as we head into the second quarter. Both offenses not really showing a whole lot up to this point. Neither has had to really work for those yards. But Arizona hoping to pay this drive off with a touchdown, 3rd and goal. To open the second quarter. Here's Roberts. You see it trips on the right-hand side. Roberts in the shotgun, takes the snap, and Roberts going to look right side for Trey McBride, who is into the end zone for the Arizona Cardinals touchdown. McBride going to definitely have to be a big part of this offensive game plan today with no Rashad Bateman. It's a lot of targets that need to go around between him, Rondale Moore, Chase Claypool, even potentially some of those backs out of the backfield. And even Michael Wilson, man, who's going to be asked to step up into a starting role for this game. But at 14-7, very early in the second quarter, Will Levis going to hand off to Derrick Henry, who has some really good blocking on the left side, and he has a gain of 10 down to the 37-yard line. Really solid blocks thrown there. Garrett Bowles and Peter Skoronski, a strong left-hand side of that line. Now from the 37, Levis going to look short again. This time he finds a man, and it's going to be Kyle Howell, the rookie tight end, for a gain of 2. And after a loss of 1 on an ill-mannered throw to the flat, it'll be 3rd and 9. Will Levis trying to find somewhere to go. He does manage to get a ball away, and Traylon Burks completely loses his defender, able to get that one despite the pressure in Levis's face. Now 1st and 10, going left side again, this time finding Will Dissly for a gain of 4 into Arizona Cardinals territory now at the 48-yard line. Again, going to the flat. This time it's Howell again down for the 45-yard line, leading to a 3rd and 4 now. And we're going to hope to get them off the field this time around. Won't happen, as there's Kyle Howell, his, 3rd catch now of the ball game? Man, he's definitely been doing a number on this. Or no, that was Traylon Burks, I'm sorry. 1st and 10 now. Here we go, a wide open man. This time it's Howell, who has a gain of 24 yards down to the 14-yard line. His 3rd catch of the ball game. And they're going to a 3 tight end look this time around from the 14. Levis going to fake the handoff, running right side. Levis going to be hit down. Zaven Collins all over him. 2nd sack now for Arizona. Cam Wilhelm also there to help him clean things up. as Levis completely ran to the wrong side of where they were trying to run this offensive play. Arizona will take that any and every day, and it's going to be now a second and very long, 2nd and 23 for the Titans. As here's Levis looking right side. They're abusing those flat routes. Will Dissly able to get it for a gain of 15 there down to the 12-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 8 now. And you gotta make a stop here, man, if you're Arizona. Instead, Will Levis gonna find his man, Kyle Howell, in the end zone. And now their second touchdown of the day, scored by a rookie. First, Nolan Broyles. Now, Kyle Howell. And third of the day, actually, scored by a rookie, as the opening touchdown of the day for Arizona was scored by the rookie corner, Imani Harris. The rookie's really showing out in this ball game, and it's a tie game here now. Arizona now back out onto the field. Here's Glenn Roberts going to find Rondale Moore. No, he's not. Moore going to be leveled there. Just not a great decision in general. Terrell Edmonds there to break things up. Now a 2nd and 10. Still trying to get Ty Davis-Price going on the ground. They'll hand it off to him again. And once again, nowhere to go. He's actually going to lose 3 yards this time. And Ty Davis-Price averaging negative half a yard per carry. And nothing much happening on that 2nd and 13. So it'll be 3rd and 13. Sending Ty Davis-Price out wide left. Here we go. Roberts dropping back. Gonna try to find a man. Rondale Moore wide open, but Roberts overshoots him. And a very quick 3-and-out. Gonna give the Titans possession back with 3:18 to go here in the opening half, as Zaven Collins manages to bring down Derrick Henry after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 now. Going to hand off Derrick Henry again, and look at that blocking. Able to break off the tackle of Andrew Stinson. Derrick Henry finally going to be corralled there at the 48-yard line as they're inching closer and closer to Arizona territory. Derrick Henry now in the zone, and we know how hard he is to stop even when he's not in the zone, as Levis finding Traylon Burks right side. Jalen Johnson not able to quite get on top of that one. As here we go, 2nd and 1 underneath. It's Traylon Burks again. Will Levis, 13 of 15 for 134, 2 touchdowns, and of course that 1 interception on his opening pass of the game. 1st and 10, Levis again looking underneath, this time finding the rookie Broyles again. Down to the 35-yard line, and on a 3rd and 7 at the 35-yard line, Levis scrambling out, looking for a man, has him. It's Howell, but Andrew Stinson, fortunately, was all over that one, forcing him backwards, and they're going to settle for a field goal here. So now a 1st and 10. Arizona with 2 of their 3 timeouts, looking to make something happen. Roberts overshooting Rondale Moore once again. 2nd and 10 now. Rondale Moore going to be brought on the left side in motion. And you see there's a little gap there. You see what Arizona's thinking. But that gap closed quickly as Terrell Edmonds right there to intercept Roberts. Just a bad decision all around. Unfortunately, Roberts' 2nd interception of the game. And Roberts, who had been doing a much, much better job keeping, hanging on to the ball, really putting a big emphasis on ball security. Now 2 interceptions deep in this first half, with Tennessee now having a chance to make something happen prior to halftime. And this defense is going to have to stand tall. 39 seconds to go. Tennessee with 3 timeouts still. Going to hit a man on the right side. It's Brandon Cooks, as Tennessee now using their 2nd timeout. And with 1 timeout to go, 3rd and 4. Tennessee in a trips look to the left. They scored on a similar look earlier in the game, and they're going to score here again. This time it's Traylon Burks and Will Levis with 3 first half touchdowns, each to a different player. First Broyles, then Howell, and now the former first rounder, much maligned receiver Traylon Burks, finding his way into the end zone. Just not what you want to see if you are a Titans fan. But now 24-14, still 2 timeouts for Arizona. We'll see if they can make something happen as they do get the ball coming out of the half as well. Roberts making a bunch of adjustments here at the line. You see a linebacker coming right up the gut. Roberts looking deep for Rondale Moore, and he hits him. Roger McCreary not able to bring him down. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore really, really needing to step up here with the absence of Rashad Bateman. Glenn Roberts had overshot him quite a few times prior to that pass, but not this time around. That ball hung into the air for a long time, and Rondale Moore able to take full advantage, and that would do it for the first half. What was a 10-point deficit instead now just 3, with you see just 18 offensive snaps for Arizona, and they've been outgained quite handsomely by the Titans, all things considered, but still just a 1-possession game, a field goal game at that, as we head to see what's going on around the rest of the league. And just while we do have some time here, y'all, I do want to apologize in advance. I am missing a pretty big chunk of the third quarter, unfortunately, as hold on one moment. Indianapolis in Denver, and it's the Colts at 3-3 leading the 2-4 Broncos 10-7. Anthony Richardson having a pretty big first half there. Gonna see if they're able to hold on for the win. Houston in Atlanta, and they got destroyed 37-0. CJ Stroud, not a great day at the office by any means. Bijan, though, going over 100 yards and a touchdown as well, as Houston continuing to struggle out the gate this season. And Washington now at 3-3 leading the Chargers 14-7. Sam Howell, 5 of 8, 62 yards and a score. Justin Herbert throwing that interception so far as well. And as I was mentioning, just not quite sure again what happened to it. Anytime that I have any types of missing clips, I really try to do my best to make sure I'm able to get everything to you all. Just didn't work out this time around, so I do apologize. It's going to come up within the next few clips, so just bear with me, please. As Arizona out there to open the second half, Roberts under center. He's going to scramble, trying to find somewhere to go with it, not able to, throws it to no one, right into the dirt. So 2nd and 10 now. Here's Roberts, and he's going to have a man left side. Rondale Moore overshoots him again. And right here, you see Rondale, 4 for 139 and 2 TDs. You can put 2 and 2 together. We know Rondale had another touchdown in that sequence that we did miss. But Tennessee, fresh off of a field goal, means it's back to a 1-possession game, as Antonio Gibson now with another nice carry down to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Trips look to the left. Gibson still in the game. Roberts, here he is, going to go short for Rondale Moore, and he has him, but Rondale Moore down on the play, and already down Rashad Bateman. That means we're going to have to rely on second-year receiver Amani Hunter to be that third guy. He was a projected first-round pick in our first draft class, but ended up going undrafted. And we ended up picking him up, as you see Ty Davis Price getting by far his best carry of the game down to the 37-yard line. And in the absence of both of those guys, it will be Chase Claypool in the slot. So you can certainly expect to see a lot of Trey McBride there, as Ty Davis Price, just another gain of 1. And that's going to take us into the fourth quarter with Arizona leading 35-27. Now with the advantage through the air, but still very much not what you're quite used to with that running game, not really able to get much going, and Ty Davis Price having been absolutely shut down, as Roberts again overthrowing one of his targets, make it Chase Claypool this time, leading to a 3rd and 9. They're going to go back to that empty look. Going to have, you got those 3 receivers out there. Antonio Gibson by himself, and Roberts is swarmed. Jonathan Bernard, one of the first Titans there, to bring him down for a loss. down to the 42-yard line. And they're going to send on Cameron Dicker here for the 59-yarder. Wind in his face, and Cameron Dicker doesn't care, drills it just as easily as he does pretty much all of those kicks. And Arizona back on top now by 2 possessions. So now Will Levis, who's been pretty spectacular for Tennessee here in his first start, going to go across the middle for Brandon Cook to gain a 17 there. As you see, Levis's efficiency started to drop off just a little bit, no longer in that 85 to 90% category, 20 of 27. And he's going to look right side, has a man. I thought that was very questionable. I looked at the replay, and I still feel like he dropped that pass prior to catching it, but I wasn't given an option to challenge. 2nd and 7 now, finding Cooks again for the first down into Arizona territory, down to the 46-yard line. And you see Derrick Henry still in the zone. Haven't been able to get him out of it yet. We're going to hope to make that happen at some point as Nolan Broyles gain a 21 down to the 25-yard line. Andrew Stinson there to make the tackle. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And if you're Tennessee, you got to score on this possession, but it won't happen on this play as Cooks is swallowed up there by Cam Thomas for a loss of 2, and he would leave the field of play. And similarly to Rondale Moore, Cooks would not return for the duration of this ball game as the play action and Levis, B.J. Ojulari was all over him, but he was able to get that one out very quickly to the left side, leading to a 3rd and 5 now as they've just barely snuck into the red zone. And great blocking left side. Derrick Henry, nothing but green in front of him, is going to just scamper his way into the end zone for the Arizona touchdown, and that's Henry's first of the day. 3 through the air for Levis, and now Derrick Henry making his presence felt if it wasn't already, knocking this back down to a 1-possession game, and they're going to leave their offense out there to go for 2, make it a field goal game, as here's Will Levis going to hand it off. Derrick Henry again, wide open, untouched, up the gut. 2-point conversion is good. And so now if you're Arizona up 3 points, you want to try to take as much clock time off this clock as you possibly can. But the running game has not been their friend so far. Roberts going to fake it to Ty Davis-Price and has a man looking for Michael Wilson. He's going to be hit. It was a great ball from Glenn Roberts getting it there in traffic, but Wilson not able to hold on to the ball. So 2nd and 10 now, giving it to Antonio Gibson, who has great blocking in front of him. Gain of 16 yards there. Down to the 41-yard line. Ty Davis-Price now cutting one to the left side. And again, power running there down to the 48. Just 28 yards for Ty Davis-Price. Can't remember when the last time he had been shut down so completely. As Roberts again getting it on the play action fake down to the 41-yard line. Roberts closing in on 50 yards on the ground. Of course, powered by that long scramble earlier in the game. 4:25 to go now. Roberts going to hand off Davis-Price again. And Davis-Price once again just nowhere to go despite missing Tierra Tart. And with Jeffrey Simmons playing on the outside, they've really buckled down on the interior as the play action out to Ty Davis-Price results in just a gain of 5 at the 36-yard line. And they are in field goal range now. But a field goal does not really make it as, that much easier as they're going to be working with a lot of urgency down 6 points. And on 4th and 4, after a big stop by Tennessee, Arizona going to chance it, man. They're keeping the offense out there. They want to be able to run some more time off of this clock. They know Cameron Dicker can hit this kick. And Glenn Roberts going to go quickly to Trey McBride just across that first down marker down to the 30-yard line. And fresh out of the 2-minute warning now, Tennessee still with all 3 timeouts, and they're going to have to start using them now. Bringing Trey McBride across the formation. Here's Ty Davis-Price. Man, just not his best performance on the ground. They'll use their first timeout. 2nd and 10 now. Roberts going to switch things around this play. Going to bring Elijah Higgins to the opposite side. As here's Roberts going to find Trey McBride left side, bringing up a 3rd and inches. Really good throw from Roberts there. Good way from McBride to hold on through contact. And he's going to have McBride again, who holds on again. His 5th catch now of the day. First down, going to give it Ty Davis-Price, breaks a tackle in the backfield, has a gain of 8 yards, and he's running at his best when it matters the most. Now a minute 10 to go, 2nd and 2. No more timeouts for Tennessee. As here's Antonio Gibson right up the middle. He's been the more reliable running back today. Had to let him pay it off with a touchdown. You might call it greedy. Could have just went ahead and ended the game. But, man, we just really needed Tennessee to understand that we didn't appreciate them putting up all those points on us, man. So 45-35, minute 2 to go. No timeouts for Tennessee to speak of. And they're going to have to move urgently. And they start here with a pass left side to Traylon Burks. They're going to hurry things up here at the 39-yard line. You see Derrick Henry still in the zone. As here's Will Levis looking left side. Not going to be able to hook up with his target there. 2nd and 10 now. Here's Will Levis scrambling. B.J. Ojulari in pursuit, forcing Will Levis to go ahead and throw that one away. 3rd and 10, just 32 seconds to go. Still down 2 possessions. Here's Levis going to take a shot deep, looking for Kyle Phillips, and Amani Harris with his 3rd interception of the game goes ahead, calls ball game, and Amani Harris, man, great effort all around. Had 2 interceptions on the season coming into this one. Levis going after his 4th option receiver with Brandon Cooks injured in Kyle Phillips. And Amani Harris said, let me get that. Arizona holds on for the win, 45-35. Make it now 2 in a row after just the egg they laid against Philadelphia. And offensively and defensively, man, really doing their thing. 147 yards on the ground, 195 through the air. Tennessee definitely dominating the yardage department there, but one more turnover for Tennessee was the difference in this game, despite them being better on 3rd down. That 4th down conversion also proving huge for Arizona. Will Levis, man, despite the 3 interceptions, I think did play very, very well. 25 of 35. 253 touchdowns. Glenn Roberts had those 2 interceptions, but other than that was relatively efficient, throwing 3 touchdowns as well, including that one to Rondale Moore that really helped us out in the long run. Derrick Henry, 18 for 142, almost 8 a pop and a touchdown. Never got him out of the zone once he entered it. Antonio Gibson, 6 for 62 in a score. Glenn Robertson, just Ty Davis-Price, 3.3 yards a carry, man. Not great. Not what we're used to seeing from him. Rondale Moore, though, 5 catches, 152 touchdowns, despite not coming back into the game. Burks, Howell, and Nolan Broyles each getting a touchdown. Broyles, shockingly, just 3 catches on the game. And Trey McBride, a big part of helping us put the game away at the end of it. Couple guys here with some tackles for loss. Cam Wilhelm, 1.5 sacks. Cam Thomas getting in on the action as well. Zaven Collins getting that other half a sack for us. Amani Harris, of course, getting those 3 picks. Huge, every single one of them. And he is going to get a skill point to pay it off. Now up to an 84 overall, a true 84 overall. And looking like that decision to trade Greedy Williams, man, might have been really, really good, as he's up to 87 man coverage. And of course, that 97 speed is no joke. As here's Zaven Collins now also getting a skill point, closing in close to that 90 club, getting a 2 to man coverage and zone coverage, as well as 1 to pursuit. Love to see that. And of course, Rondale Moore, that last catch, putting him right at that 150-yard marker, and plus the 2 touchdowns, going to give him +3 to catch in traffic and release, which is a big one. And so in week 8, we are going to take on a familiar foe in the Chicago Bears. We've played them now. This is going to be our 3rd straight year playing them. played them in year one, and they lost with us going for 2 at the end of the game and missing just a week after doing the same thing against Pittsburgh, actually. Well, they did the same thing and missed. So, you win some, you lose some. And then, of course, last year, opening day, Glenn Roberts' first start, we weren't able to quite make it happen, losing there by 1 possession. But head coach Mike White, man, going to look to go ahead and add to his resume. Bears just 2-4, but we have quite a few familiar faces, man, that we're going to see in this ball game. Of course, you see Budda Baker right there, who we traded at the deadline in year one. And then Greedy Williams, who we traded earlier this season, is now going to be their number 1 corner. And if anybody knows Rashad Bateman and his tendencies, it's going to be Greedy Williams, who's lined up as his teammate for the last year and a half, going to bring those secrets to the Chicago Bears, and they're going to try to do what they can to get a read on this Arizona offense, though. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in, man. I hope y'all did enjoy. Be sure to like and subscribe should you feel so inclined. Until next time, I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all days, man, and peace.